Hey guys, welcome back to Adam Flowers here with Mob Vlog, and I got Red Wemette with me. Today is Saturday, July 13th, and it's a day that's going to go down in history. Donald J. Trump was just had an attempted assassination on his life. Some fucktard shot him, and it looks like it grazed his ear. But this is the crazy thing. There's already people in live chats and live streams saying, it's fake. This is fake. Red, is this fake?
No, this is not
fake. This isn't a staged thing that just happened.
Off and he hit the deck. It's not staged.
That's not staged. That's real blood.
Is it staged? Is it staged that the guy that took the shots is dead already?
Yeah.
He's dead already.
So this is, and by the way, for those of you that haven't been seeing Red and I around, lots going on. Hi, Sean Pender. Lots going on. Jim Magnifici. Welcome in, guys. We're going to have a discussion about this afternoon. And as the news is breaking, we're going to be following along and keeping up with it. Was he hit, Austin D? Yes, he was hit. He was hit in the glove. Art Kelly, his chances of winning just went to 100%, in my opinion. He's not going to lose at this point. I mean, come on. Are you serious?
What did Joe Biden say 5 days ago? 5 days ago, Joe Biden said the only thing that's left for him is the bullseye.
He said that put a bullseye on him. Sounds to me like old Joe, who can't put a freaking sentence together, ordered a hit. That's what it sounds like to me.
Sounds like that to me, too. But it also sounds to me like the CIA, who Trump promised to get rid of. He promised, just like Kennedy.
Here we go.
He said he's going to get rid of them altogether. Guess what?
He did. That's exactly right.
He's going to get rid of them now.
Yes. No kidding. Sean Pender, Steve Valley, David Grimpy, Joshua Marshall, 907 Wings made me sick. I started crying. I'm sure everybody's emotions are running extremely high right now.
Mine are.
I mean, extremely high. I got a phone call from my friend who got a call from another magician buddy who is an FBI agent and said this just happened. This isn't an inside job.
I don't think it's an inside job, Art. I think it's a CIA job.
Think so?
Oh, yeah.
So, well, Red said it to me as soon as I called Red and said, turn the TV on. He said to me, guaranteed that the shooter's dead. Yeah. Guaranteed that the shooter's dead. Before it comes out that he's dead.
I didn't even look at anything.
This is absolutely...
I lived through the Kennedy assassination. I'm used to this.
And the Reagan attempt?
Yeah.
Right? You were there I was around for that one,
Reagan attempt to Ford. Jerry Ford. Was Squeaky Fromm. Squeaky Fromm tried to kill Jerry Ford.
Right? Because this and that. Bought and paid for. You think? Bought and paid for, huh? I don't know.
I think everybody is step aside.
Caligula? Yeah. This is Devin Morrell. Trump was not shot at. Trump was shot in the side of his head.
There were other shots that missed him. There were other shots that missed him.
What's wrong with people? Mr. Nibbles?
I counted 9 shots.
Yeah, Red counted 9. I think it was about 9. And yeah, the shooter's confirmed dead. I can't believe that the crowd didn't rip the person to pieces. I mean,
you got to remember now, there were people in the crowd that were agents, Secret Service agents in the crowd. They were placed in the crowd. Somebody sees somebody shoot, they probably shot him. He's probably got 8 shots in him, and they're not lethal.
Do you think that the first shot pop, maybe, and then the other ones were from a different gun, possibly?
Yes.
That we heard? Maybe they were shooting the shooter?
Yes, that's what I believe.
Okay.
I guarantee you, he doesn't have a wound on the side of his head.
Yeah. Sean Pender, this beats
protocol. It is protocol. If a shooter takes place, you want to take that person alive so they can find out. So there's investigation.
Find out what the hell's wrong with these people, right? What's going on in their head? What kind of head trip are they on to do something like this too?
That's what they did with Squeaky Fromm, and that's what they did with Hinckley. Servers just surrounded him to try and keep him alive.
Hollywood 210 don't care. Fuck, they missed. Hollywood, I would give a shit if it was either candidate that got shot at. Okay? I would care if Biden got shot, and I would care if Trump got shot. That's supposed to be get the fuck out of here. Honestly, get out of here. Nobody wants you in this fucking room. Leave. I hate that I have to say it that way, but Hollywood, leave. You know what? Just kick him, Red.
I'm trying.
Why did they miss? So they shot it about 150 yards is what they're saying. Shot at 150 yards. So with a pistol, I mean, that's there you go. I got it, Red. Okay, done. Don't give the loser any time. It's just really crazy. You may not like him, but don't shoot people. Kind of like, I don't know, knowing right from wrong. Yeah. Knowing right from wrong. Don't shoot people.
It's a day in our history, but it's a happy day for me because I'm glad he made it. He's alive, and I'm betting that he'll be out tonight somewhere.
He'll be on TV. He'll be somewhere tonight.
Yes.
He'll be on.
He'll make a public speech.
Somewhere he'll be on. Yeah. Yeah, this is crazy. Absolutely nuts. I said it earlier. I think I said it a month ago on the show. I said they're going to try and kill him. They are, because that's all they got left.
You told me that in private dozens of times.
Yeah. Man, unbelievable.
But you'll notice when they announced it, whoever was announcing this thing said his contract agents worked with the CIA. So he's hired his own agents that surround him personally. He doesn't. He doesn't trust his what do you call it? His detail.
Eric Epstein. All right, Eric. It was a big setup. Why didn't the people were behind you later? The hell does that mean, Eric? Honestly, Eric, you speaking like Joe Biden now.
I don't know.
It was a big setup. Why didn't the people were behind you later? You should write for Tiffany Henyard. Carl Foster, everyone stay calm. Yeah.
Thank you, Carl. I mean, I am calm.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure everybody's emotions are just going crazy.
And Sean Pender, no doubt in my mind, he will be in Milwaukee on Monday.
They're going to have to put him in a glass box like the Pope. Have to put him in a glass box like the Pope, right? Hey, Bobby, bag of donuts. Nice to see you,
Bobby.
All right, we'll give Eric another shot here. Why didn't the people behind him get out of there? They didn't seem too concerned. The whole thing seemed shady. Well, let me ask you something, Eric. You're sitting at a rally. You're in a big crowd of people. You got 20, 30,000 people. Where are you going to go?
Yeah.
Where are you going to go? This is one of the reasons I don't like going to big events. I don't like going to concerts. I don't like going into arenas. I don't like going to stadiums. You know why? You can't get the fuck out of there fast enough. I'm serious. I'm totally serious. Maybe it's a thing I have, some kind of phobia or something about being in big crowds. I don't even like being in a freaking mall. I don't like walking through casinos. It's just I don't like crowds where you can't go. Just me, Lady T. Now let's address the gun laws. Yeah, we need more fucking guns. How's that? Let's address it. Get more. I can't have enough sitting around me.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know why? Because there's nut jobs in the world, and the nut jobs don't follow the laws. They don't obey them. So if you say no guns are allowed, well, the evil people don't listen to that. They go do it anyway. So you need good people with guns to stop the bad people. You can't go.
Gun. I'm 75 years old, and I've carried a gun all my life, and I've never shot anybody that didn't deserve it. If they were in a crime or something like that, I've never been arrested for shooting anybody. Never.
Devin, the Wall Street Journal is saying that Secret Service shot the gunman.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Those were the other shots after the first two pop at him.
Three.
The rest,
there were three shots.
Three shots
pop,
before he dropped down, right?
He jumped on him.
Well, he jumped down. You're right. Yeah.
I'm sure they're shooting at me. Down.
Trump's hair looked fine after the gunshot.
It did.
Trump's hair looked fine, yeah.
But maybe people don't like my smile. Maybe they don't like my hair, which is real, by the way. Look at that sucker. Look.
That's why. That shit's real. Back to the comments here. Trump should campaign from an Abrams tank. It's a good idea. But see,
there's talk of having new plexiglass in front of them, like on the inauguration. Where they
have the glass around, right? I don't know why they aren't doing that at campaign rallies. I mean, at this point in time, yeah. Joseph, another terrible day. Nobody's going to forget July 13th.
They didn't kill him. It's a success day for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a win. It's a win. Who gets shot in the head and then stands up and fist bumps and goes, fight, fight, fight? Really? Epic. Epic. This reminds me of the movie Taxi Driver when De Niro was going to assassinate presidential candidate Palantine. No longer will the majority suffer because of the few. Wow. Deep, Mr. Hoffman.
CNN said Trump fell off the stage when he was shot.
CNN said Trump fell off the stage. Sorry, Red, go ahead. Yes, Richard Simmons is gone. He tweeted his last tweet this morning, or posted his last post on X. So where was De Niro? Yeah, where was De Niro? Who cares where De Niro is?
Tucked away in his home.
Jack Smith, Megyn Kelly predicted it the other day with Tulsi Gabbard. She said Biden tried a lawfare and it's failed. So what's next? She said, I pray for President Trump. And Tulsi said, so do I. God bless Megyn Kelly. Yeah. It's his, so Devin Morrell, yeah, Joe the Jap made through that. Ken Edo got hit in the head with what? How many bullets? Jerry Listener.
Yeah.
Jerry Listener got shot 5 or 6 rounds.
And then they had to suffocate
him. Craig, I agree. This has won Trump the election. If they don't do it again,
Dave
try again.
Trump chances
just went to 0. You're right. Definitely. So, Jesus, unbelievable. Trump's the modern day Edo. It's true. It's just definitely true. Red and I got tired of talking about Tiffany Henyard. And today, I just said, you know what, the hell with it. It's not Wednesday. It's not this, that, but this just happened. Let's go talk about it. And we want to get your opinions. And really, honestly, I want to hear from all of you because I know not everybody's on the Trump train that listens to us and watches us. And we don't try and bias towards any candidate. We really don't. Red's an independent, okay? Red voted for Obama. Red voted for Trump. Red flip-flops. He's one of those guys who just goes, hey.
I'm not married to the party.
No. I lean a little bit towards it, but I'm not. I couldn't say I'm not saying I'm a far right person. I'm not even a right person. I'm in the middle of the road on a lot of things. Some things I could give a shit about. And then there's other things that I do care about.
I care about states' rights. I believe the state should be able to do what it says and not have a governing party in Washington, D.C. that says everybody in the land has to do what we say. Each state has their own constitution and they have their own rights. I believe in that.
Craig, he fell off the stage and did a forward roll with a degree of difficulty OG 9.5. He didn't fall off the stage. He ducked down. He ducked down.
He stooped down and laid on the floor or sat on the floor until he got jumped on.
Dave, libertarian's probably what category I fall into. I care about money. I don't care about I give a shit if somebody's gay or whatever you want to be. Doesn't bother me any.
Their sexual life is not important.
There's things that I don't really lean one way or the other to, but libertarian probably be the best class. Mr. Hoffman, FD, when I was in the fire department, the Secret Service mobilized in our fire station. You wouldn't believe the precautions and preparations that goes into a presidential visit. It's true, right? It's true. How'd the shooter get the gun in there, Red?
I don't know.
Show up to the rally a week before. Show up to the rally a week before, dig a hole in the ground, and put it in the ground.
Could be.
Huh?
Could
Don't
be.
they go to the ground with metal detectors before they presidential visit?
Composite gun. I really think this is a composite gun.
Well, we're going to find out. Sean, happy birthday. Tomorrow's Sean's birthday. Jim, we need some stability and sanctuary from the madness, Adam and Red. We missed you too. Well, we missed you guys.
Thank you, buddy.
Red had some things going on, and I have some things going on the last month, man. I mean, if I said I was busy, that's an understatement. So that's why we kind of took a little break, and the heat's just been killing both of us. I mean, it's so friggin' brutally hot right now in Vegas. My studio's in the second floor in my house, and upstairs is hotter than downstairs. And so I try not to come up here. And when it's this hot, it's just been brutal. So anyway, let's get back to it, guys.
For any of you, I got an announcement to make. For any of you that were annoyed by Duchess arguing or making noises in the background, it'll never happen again. She passed away. Duchess is gone for over a month now.
Yeah.
So that has a lot to do with me not being on the air. I have some emotional issues about it and some other issues. Adam has got issues with other things going on in his life.
Yeah, big stuff happening. And so Red and I just haven't had the time, and just today said let's just do it. We're gonna do a broadcast, sit here and talk, and get your thoughts of you two. So Paulie Walnuts, it's good to see you too. It's good to be seen. Mr. Hoffman, everything from 3 ambulances to having adequate blood on hand for transfusions. That's what the Secret Service goes through in preparation.
I don't think he had any transfusions. I really don't.
No. They have to have blood on hand just in case that he does need it, which is crazy. You imagine that? Getting hauled around and, hey, I got some extra blood for you in case you need it. Holy shit. You know, that's good
to have.
Mr. Hoffman, one of our firemen was an outspoken commie. They did a 20-year background check on him, and he was ordered to stay away from the premises. Wow. No kidding. No kidding.
My security clearance is still in place.
Brad, I understand you. I had to get on some antidepressant pills and anxiety pills. David Grimpy. Well, I hope you're all right, Dave. I hope you're feeling better. So, just saw the video. Okay, so for those of you that didn't see the video, Devin, you didn't see it. Let's put it up, and we're gonna do that. Give me a second here, and we will. Let's get something up here anyway that we can have.
There's things you should notice about it.
Okay, so let me get this going. Give me a second, guys. Present. Let's share a screen so you guys can watch along. I'm going to play over and over and over here. So let's choose a window. That'd be this one. Share it. All right. Let's get this on.
Yeah.
The comments, everything, it's just going crazy here. According to the report from, are you able to hear this, Red?
No.
So let me see. Now, you guys got audio?
No.
Okay. Give me a second.
Okay.
Let me try this again. I didn't click also share audio.
This is not planned, folks. We just did it. That's all.
Share audio or screen there. And to share audio, share a tab or screen. Okay, Chrome tab. So entire screen. Here we go. Share audio. There you go. Share. Okay.
What happened today at that?
Now, do you have audio? Or
We're good.
Sometimes we want to play
Yeah?
the video.
Okay.
Director, producers, if you want to play it, great. If not, I understand.
Let's
because
watch it again.
it's
Please
something
play
that
it again.
Is a very traumatic thing to watch, but
I've seen it.
is
I don't know,
awesome because
10, 12 times already.
outside of what happened, President Trump still showed strength, still put his fist in the air.
Who does that? Goes
he did
down
that
like
all
a,
the way to
and then
the
stands
motorcade.
up and
Even
it's
when
like,
he stepped into
fight,
that
fight,
motorcade,
you know?
he
He didn't want to be taken away. He wanted to get
saw
back
the
on that
arm
mic and
in
keep
the air.
talking.
That,
You see
my
that?
fellow friends and Americans, is a champion. What a champion! What a legend! What a goat!
Gonna roll it again?
The greatest of all time.
We'll see if
I
they
was
do.
thinking the other day. I'm going to look up this list real quick, and then we'll be as soon as I get more information, or if we get any more interviews, we will be bringing that to you. But I want to show you this list that I thought up. I was thinking this over the Independence Day break. Great Americans who I'm thankful for. And it started with Paul Revere and Patrick Henry, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin, Abraham Lincoln, Martin Luther King Jr., Ronald Reagan, Donald Trump, and of course, we the people. All of those great human beings right there. Founders of our country, people that are still here with us now. We the people. Donald J. Trump, Eli Crane, Kerry Lake, Matt Gaetz, Matt Rosendale, Steve Bannon, Peter Navarro, Eric Trump.
As
Donald
of a few
Trump
minutes
Jr.,
ago,
Laura Trump, Kimberly Guilfoyle.
Elon tweeted
Tucker
he's fully
Carlson.
endorsing President Trump for
Charlie Kirk,
president
Vivek.
again.
The list goes on. Many people I'm looking at. Now, what I'm reading from is the list of the speakers at the RNC event coming up in Milwaukee.
There he is with his
We'll have all
fist
that
up in the
coverage
air.
here, right here on Right Side Broadcasting Network. Every speaker, you'll have it here. We'll have analysis. Bobby
See if you
McGinley will be
can
joining
play that
us
footage yet.
on Tuesday, and Vanessa Broussard on Wednesday and Thursday. But before we get to
I think they're going to play it again.
a huge 24/7 news cycle that's going to. I don't know how anybody.
This is all we're going to hear
in the
about
news
for
business
about
right now,
a week at
with
least.
what happened today.
That's how it was with Kennedy.
Tomorrow.
Was it?
I haven't heard
Yeah.
yet.
He
but
died.
We'll have maybe
And yeah, but there was like,
some
they said he was shot. They said he was dead.
on what happened, and then of course we'll gear up for the RNC in Milwaukee,
Wow.
which will be obviously a huge security presence with a perimeter there. Again, the questions of how did someone get close enough to fire any shots towards the 45th, the 46th, and the 47th hopeful president of the United States.
Wow.
Who knows, but that will be investigated. There's a lot of people there,
Wow.
of course, that hold their phones up and are recording.
Yeah, somebody,
President
you know,
Trump,
the
so
footage that's
hopefully
going to come out.
There's some video,
Murder film, eat your heart out.
maybe the person, but at the end of the day,
Let's find another. Let me find another broadcast here.
Murder film, eat your heart out, because it's going to be, everybody's got a cell phone. I'm sure there's footage of the actual shooting of the shooter.
Yep, we're going to do it.
Trump looks cool to me.
Here is another. And share.
West Run Bravo. But hey, thanks a lot, commies.
Whether it's based on violent extremist beliefs, whether it's based on
Look at all
some
taking
sort
him
of
off. He doesn't want to
illness,
leave.
if you
No.
will, a
They
variety
ripped
of
open
other
his shirt to see if he had
motivations
other
that they
bullet
might
holes
have,
on him.
and they have this
In him.
pretty much figured out
Look at that.
as far
He
as
looks
what
pissed
to look
off.
for. And
He
so
doesn't
they're
look
gonna be
scared.
doing
He looks
all of these
mad.
things, but they're also going to be collecting a lot of evidence. That's one of the reasons they want people in an orderly manner. They want to kind of get them out of there, but they also want to start collecting evidence.
He didn't want to go in the back door of the ambulance.
No.
It's an active crime scene. I mean, not only has a former president been injured, but there's actually been a homicide that took place. So they're investigating that.
I wonder who killed the shooter. Here it is. Here it is.
The moments when all of that happened earlier today in
Watch.
Butler, Pennsylvania. Stick with us here. I do want
He
to
doesn't
pull
fall
up
off
this
the
photo that we
stage.
have from Donald Trump's son, Donald Trump Jr. In the aftermath of that, you do see the blood on the president's face and just above his right ear. Let's get to
Wow.
the latest from the Associated Press here. They say this: Donald Trump's campaign said in a statement that the former president was, quote, fine after a shooting at his rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. A local prosecutor says the suspected gunman and at least one attendee are dead. President Trump thanks law enforcement and first
The
responders
shooter
for their
and an
quick
attendee,
action
huh?
during this heinous act. A spokesman, Stephen Chung, said in a statement, a quote, again, he is fine and is being checked out at a local medical facility. More details will follow. The Secret Service also said in a statement that the former president is safe. Butler County District Attorney Richard Goldigger said in a phone interview that the suspected gunman was dead and at least one rally attendee was killed. We are continuing to follow this developing story that happened just after 6 p.m. on the East Coast, just after 3 p.m. on the West Coast. Joining us once again to continue to dissect this situation is Hal Kemper, national security expert, also an expert in counterterrorism, and has worked closely with the Secret Service. Hal, any more thoughts as we continue to learn all of these developments? Again, that attendee was killed, suspected shooter dead. I know that we heard those popping noises when I played out some of that scene from earlier today. Would you be able to tell what kind of weapon was used in that scenario?
At this point, we don't know enough. And one of the things I would point out is we're relying on an audio feed that came from from media that's there, and so it's difficult. Obviously, from an audio feed, we have zero direction. We can't tell where it came from. We have no ability to do that. And what we hear could have been muffled. It could have been an echo, if you will, off of other things that are out there. You saw a lot of tentage and a variety. You got a lot of people out there. All of this does things with sound that can be, certainly from where we are, a little bit difficult to ascertain exactly what kind of weapon it is. The fact that it sounded like it was more than
That's not
one
falling down. That's
shot.
him ducking.
It sounded like it was multiple shots.
Donald Duck.
Quick succession.
And he's certainly not falling off the stage.
A
Not at all.
CNN,
something, a smaller ballistic weapon, maybe. And if it was a pistol, assuming it's not a rifle, they said they took out the shooter. They killed the shooter, and that would indicate that the shooter was probably in fairly close proximity.
Wow.
Unless they just got really lucky, but it would probably be in closer proximity. That again is a supposition. We don't have any details. We don't know that for sure. But if that's the case, it could have been a smaller weapon, and it may have been something like an improvised weapon, sort of what was used, maybe something that was designed specifically to evade all the security precautions in a rally like this.
Yeah, like a 3D printed gun.
If that's the case, it may be a smaller caliber weapon. Could be a 22, 25, could be a 380, a smaller type weapon in terms of the type of ballistics involved, in terms of the rounds that would have been fired. But we'll find that out. We'll also find out how the person killed was killed. Were they behind the?
He said fight.
Behind former President Trump, or in around former President Trump? Was that how they were hit? Could it have been somebody that was closer to the shooter?
Wow.
Could have been somebody that got in front of the shooter, or in front of the shooter while they were shooting, or somebody who
that was an accident. I think it was an accident.
Tried to take action. We have no information on that right
now.
You
think what was an
accident?
accident?
We're going to find out more about that situation as it develops. There's going to be a lot of evidence gathering. There's going to be a lot of investigation with
the other guy, other than the shooter being shot. I believe it was an accident, because what happened was he probably tried to get in front of the shooter and he got shot. And that happens. He's collateral damage. Gotcha.
The attendee that was killed?
Yes.
Probably. I mean, come on. If a guy pulls out a gun in a rally and starts to pop, the people around him are going to jump on him. They're going to jump on him. This isn't.
Well, some people run. They see a gun, they go, we got to get out of here. But I would have jumped on him.
Yeah. Maybe it's story time for, drag queen story time at the library. They might all, but at a Trump rally, holy shit, man. They're going to jump on him. They're going to. Unbelievable.
it must have been so scary for him, as it was for people that attended this rally.
Whoa,
I'd like you to
knockout.
tell our viewers a little.
Make sure to vote for Trump in November if they hate the USA. Really? Knockout?
Goodbye, Knockout.
Stevens thrive in MAGA? Bye.
Goodbye, guy.
You're out. Fucking people. Unbelievable.
Well, yeah, the security detail, it's not as robust as the sitting president.
Shit like that.
The sitting president has other things that they have to be concerned with. For example, they are the commander in chief, so they have to maintain communications. They have the.
Really, I thought Joe Biden said that he had a commander in chief. You know, he's going to talk to his commander in chief. He is the commander in chief.
A candidate for president wouldn't have. What they have is a security detail that is really there to protect the protectee, if you will, which is the candidate. In this case, the candidate's former President Trump. So there is a fairly robust capability there. There will be some medical expertise on hand, whether they have a paramedic. I don't know whether they have I would imagine with an event like this, they would probably have.
Gabby Rodriguez, I'm not a Trump fan, but this is disgusting. Back in 2021, a switch parties to independents. You switched parties to an independent because Democrats are ruining this country. Gabby, you've been red pilled, buddy. You're seeing the light of day. You're starting to understand what's going on. Good for you.
They know that what they do, that they're protectee. The reason they're there is because somebody may try to shoot them or try to blow them up, and therefore, or something else, and therefore.
Al, I'm sorry, excuse me. I do have to cut you off for a moment here, because here on your screen, we do have some more breaking news from the Associated Press saying law enforcement officials say shooting at Trump rally is being investigated as attempted assassination of ex-president. Those are powerful words to hear today, especially after seeing what happened at that rally. What do we make of this?
Well, what I make of this is what I kind of expected. I mean, if somebody was killed, in whatever happened, if there was a bystander that was killed, and of course, the former president was wounded, even though it's not a serious or life-threatening wound, if you will, you have to assume, you have to look at this and say, look, that was a bona fide attempted assassination. That's somebody was trying to kill former President Trump, and it's fortunate that it did not happen, that he was grazed, and Secret Service was able to get him out of there, get him to safety, and whatever did happen, whatever wounds he has, they're dealing with those, but with that, I would fully expect that's the way they're gonna handle this. And in fact, I would expect they're gonna treat it as an attempted assassination, unless there's some compelling.
Poised for duty. Good question. How many people are surprised?
Yes.
Honestly, I don't know. I'm really surprised. I kind of was expecting this.
If you were really surprised that this happened, post 1, hit 1, and let us know.
Yeah, if you were surprised, hit 1. If you weren't surprised, hit 2.
In place for investigators to come to that conclusion. But I guess what you were trying to say here is that it is an attempted assassination unless proven otherwise.
Well, based on just what they have right there, you have the protectee was wounded. Again, not a life-threatening wound, but it was a serious attempt, and then somebody that was there was killed, was murdered, if you will. And so obviously, if somebody was killed, then whatever.
What do you mean not murdered, Red?
They said somebody was murdered as a result of this. I don't call that murder. I call it self-defense.
Man, I hear rumbling up in the sky out here in Vegas. Somebody's off. What?
Maybe they scrambled the jets.
As an attempted assassination, right now there would be no other conclusion I certainly could come to that this was anything but a attempted assassination. This wasn't, there was some speculation initially when they didn't know if there was if former President Trump had actually been hit. There was some speculation that maybe it could have been firecrackers or something like that, and certainly You could have said that initially, maybe if you didn't have any information, and then there was some speculation out there on that. Obviously, this is nothing like that. This was a bona fide attempt to, assassinate a political candidate, and they were using a weapon capable of deadly force because not only did it injure the former president, but it killed somebody who was a bystander and somebody else around. And we don't have any information on the particulars on that, but obviously that tells you whatever weapon they have was capable of causing a fatal injury.
I heard 9, Jim Guerrero, and thanks everybody for voting.
Here again at that very.
Yeah, thank you guys. So it's like half and half. The people who were surprised, the people that weren't surprised about what this is going to happen. I mean, this hasn't happened since Reagan.
That's been what, 1984?
Hey, Google, when was Ronald Reagan's attempted assassination?
The attempted assassination of Ronald Reagan's start date is March 30th, 1981.
81.
Up in a little bit.
Right at the beginning, when he first was elected.
Everyone else that is continuing.
That was the biggest red wave they ever saw.
Music, you'll need one of the
Hey, Google, go home.
Earlier today in Butler, Pennsylvania, one person, 2 people dead, the shooter and also an attendee that attended the Trump rally. We did carry that moment live for you. We have been playing it for you throughout the course of this evening in case you have missed it, so you can see the moment that all of this unfolded. I would like to go ahead and reset now that we're about to hit the top of the hour here. We're going to continue our commentary. We are nonstop as we continue to get more information from this. Again, a shooting at a Trump rally from earlier today, now being investigated as an attempted assassination. If you are just joining us now, watch the moments this all unfolded.
Here we go. Listen to the woman scream.
All right, before we do showcase that, as I said, this is developing and we continue to get breaking news. We have President Biden tweeting on this event. Take a look here. He says this: I have been briefed on the shooting at Donald Trump's rally in Pennsylvania. I am grateful to hear that he's safe and doing well. I'm praying for him and his family and for all those who were at the rally as we await further information. Jill and I are grateful to the Secret Service. The president here echoing similar statements that we heard from the former President Trump earlier today as he thanked law enforcement and also the Secret Service agents that helped during that time as we heard those shots ring out during that rally. The former president taking to the podium and speaking at around 6 p.m. Eastern time. That rally was supposed to happen at 5 p.m. Eastern time. It was about an hour late. About 5 minutes into the former president speaking is when those shots first rang out. But again, here on your screen, we are finally getting official word and a statement from President Biden, saying again, I have been briefed on the shooting at Donald Trump's rally in Pennsylvania. I'm grateful to hear that he's safe and doing well. I'm praying for him and his family and for all those who were at the rally as we await further information.
Thank you, Jill, for your comments.
Again, though, if you are just joining us, we have just hit the top of the hour and we are going to once again showcase the moment that all of that unfolded earlier today in Butler, Pennsylvania. Let's watch.
Listen to the woman scream.
And look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people. And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
Three.
4, 5, 6.
Yeah. 9.
9 shots.
Listen.
Now see the people up there?
Right there, did you hear that scream? They're stopping and scream.
Well, there's somebody got hit. They're dead. If you look up, there's people that are looking where the shots came from. They're looking up and to the left on the screen.
What's that? Up and to the left? You seeing what?
The people are looking up and to the left. As
Yeah, they are.
Screen. So
Yeah, at the very top of the stands up there, they are.
the shots must have come from behind.
Sure.
Wow. They're checking him out right now. They're opening up his shirt. Trying to get the suit check. Now, if he doesn't want his suit checked off.
Let me get my shoes. Hold on, your head is bloody.
Where did he get my shirt?
All right, Carl Hamilton. Well, Trump has almost certainly won the election now. Wonder, did he arrange the shooter himself? That's kind of a sick thought, Carl. It really is. Oh, yeah, I'm going to stage myself getting shot. Are you kidding me? Yeah, let's take a chance of a bullet killing me.
No. Come on.
Man.
James Guerrero, that sounded like a 9mm to me, not a 22.
You think it sounded like a 9mm?
Yes, I had the report. Computer.
Yeah. Yeah. People did duck, James. You're right. People behind them duck, but you don't have anywhere to go. You're in a stands with people around you. Where do you go?
Hit the deck.
Yeah.
This is something that we're going to stick with for the rest of the evening. We do have national security analyst Hal Kemper still standing by with us here. We're going to keep talking this through. We're getting more and more details in as the evening progresses. As Carell, who so ably has been reporting this breaking news, showed just moments ago, the president has been briefed on the shooting at this rally. He says that he's grateful to hear that he's safe and doing well. Biden saying, I'm praying for him and his family and for all of those who were at the rally as we await further information. So, Hal, let's just talk about how we could have gotten here. You've been talking at length about the digital aspect to investigations like this. I'm curious, how do investigators sift through all the noise to find credible information? Because you have to imagine.
Oh, God. They sift through the noise. I'm looking at Twitter, guys. Elon Musk, 1 hour ago, I fully endorse President Trump and hope for his rapid recovery. Richest man in the world just endorsed President Trump.
You know something?
I guess he donated to
his rapid recovery is recovered. I mean, I've got worse problems than he's got.
Elon Musk, last time America had a candidate this tough was Theodore Roosevelt.
Bully.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, right. I agree with Elon on that one.
Whether it's a candidate or a president or vice president or whoever the protectee is, they have to take a very proactive stance because their goal is not to solve the crime. Their goal is to stop the crime from ever taking place. So they go out there and they are interviewing anybody who threatens or poses a potential threat to whomever it is they're protecting. A lot of times today, that will be found online. It'll be found in social media. It'll be found in various different things, group chats, all sorts of things that people will be saying stuff. And it's not uncommon that they will get a knock on the door from Secret Service agents.
Biden is going live soon. Well, I'm sure they'll be pulling it up if he does. They'll be broadcasting it. I
don't know how he could go live because he can't speak.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the president of Ukraine, give it up for President Putin. I didn't pick my vice president Trump for no reason.
No.
that result.
Let him go live. I want to see more gaffes.
James Guerrero, do you guys remember when Reagan was shot? Yes, I do. I watched it.
Secret Service had an Uzi.
Weapon.
Yes.
At former President Trump, killed somebody else who was there. So it was a use of deadly force in that regard, because obviously if it killed somebody, that's deadly force by definition. And so they're going to be looking at how they didn't find this person. That'll be a question they'll ask, but they're also going to be trying to figure out, was this person associated with somebody else? They'll be looking at all sorts of possible motivations of someone who might do something like this, who would want to kill former President Trump. And I'm sure they'll be looking at the political spectrum of that. And, there's unconfirmed reports of who the shooter is, and it's unconfirmed right now. But what I saw, they were immediately talking about an organization which is looks at, it's an by definition, it's Antifa, anti-fascist. Again, it's unconfirmed. We haven't heard any official thing on that yet. It may come in very quickly, but if that's the case, that would definitely fit. That's a left-wing anarchist organization, and that would certainly make sense that one of their more rabid followers, if you will, might get motivated to do something as heinous as what you see here. That would fit, but I don't want to jump to conclusions because what we're seeing is just stuff that's been posted online, and frankly, we got to wait till Secret Service comes out and really to give us a real good definition of who this might be.
So when we talk about an event like this was a run-of-the-mill campaign rally. We see President Trump doing these on the weekly. This one was in Butler, Pennsylvania. This is about an hour's drive north of Pittsburgh. What kind of challenges do security officials have to deal with when they're trying to support an event of this magnitude with a presidential candidate and former president in attendance? What are the challenges with keeping something like this secure, Hal?
There is a whole playlist they go off of. It's kind of like like a playbook that they go through, and they do all the, you always hear this, you see it in the movies too, whenever they talk about Secret Service, the advanced teams, they go up there. So they will go up there and they will look around the area. They will do a site survey. They will work with local law enforcement. They will work with others that they may bring in just for the event. They will try and contain the area. They will look at access control.
Okay, yeah, they're going to look at a lot of things. They're going to try to figure out what happened here. Do you remember when Ford was on stage and somebody threw an M80 on the stage inside?
20 years they got for that.
20 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was Jerry Ford.
Wow.
Nixon appointed him as a vice president, and then he took over as president. I do remember it.
Yeah.
And then Jerry Ford was also shot by Squeaky Fromm.
Yeah.
She was part of the, what do they call that?
A lot of this is pretty much
Helter Skelter. What's his name? She was part of the family from.
Charles Manson?
Yeah, she was part of the Manson family.
Right. God.
At Brunswick, Georgia. I've done training in Brunswick, Georgia, at what's called FLETC out there. But then they go and do additional training. And one of the places they go is to a place near Washington, D.C. called Beltsville. And it's they actually have a full compound, if you will. It's a very extensive thing where they do everything you could possibly imagine in terms of thwarting assassinations. And they go through an extensive training program there where they are vehicular ambushes, everything you can possibly imagine.
Wow.
In terms of all the scenarios that they have to be prepared for. By the time they get up.
Sorry, Red, what?
Different scenarios. They go through every scenario.
Oh, yeah. They train for everything possible that could happen.
But when you go to Brunswick, Brunswick is like, it's an ATF, it's Secret Service, used to be DEA.
That's a little.
Department. But everything there is like.
And depending on the campaign season, it can get really good.
Right. I mean, turn that up on you there, Red.
That's okay. Everything there is like boot camp.
Yeah.
In Brunswick, Georgia. So then they go to an advanced, to be ready at all times. And those people have to go back to school every 6 months.
Wow.
They want them ready, the latest thing. See people ducking right away?
Oh, yeah, they're all ducking behind him. They're all like, what, they don't know what's going on yet.
Look up into the direction over here.
God. Crazy.
And I'm making the statement, folks. I do believe it's a 9mm. It sounded like it. Also, the amount of shots, but it could have been a 22, but I doubt it. The report was too strong.
What do we have here? Hold on. What's coming up here?
Image. We have another angle that we're watching for, but we are anticipating hearing from the president very shortly on this matter. My colleague Andrew Kraft
Biden is going to get
standing by right now. We're going to bring him in.
They woke him up from nappy time.
And from Jackie Heinrich. The Biden campaign tells Fox the Biden campaign is pausing all outbound communications and working to pull down their television ads as quickly as possible. Andrew?
Yeah,
Pull down
Yeah,
what
also, let's talk
television
about the
ads?
political implications of this. The Biden campaign was in the midst of a $50 million ad blitz this month with spots running in all of the key swing states. The massive ad buy was launched last week, according to reporting from Peter Doocy and Jackie Heinrich. The Biden campaign now pausing all outbound communications, and they're working to pull down television ads as quickly as possible in the wake of this attempted assassination attempt on his chief arch rival in the presidential campaign. Of course, Donald Trump.
Attempted assassination attempt?
President Biden will be making remarks very, very soon.
Sounds like a coup to me. It sounds like a coup.
Oh, and why are they pulling down their ads?
Yeah, it sounds like a coup to me.
On Saturday nights there at his parish church in Wilmington. And so we're learning that this is going to be coming very, very soon. We have the statement in from President Biden as well. Let's read that. He says, I've been briefed on the shooting at Donald Trump's rally in Pennsylvania. I'm grateful to hear that he's safe and doing well. I'm praying for him and his family and for all those who were at the rally as we await further information. It goes on to say, Jill and I are grateful to the Secret Service for getting him to safety. There's no place for this kind of violence in America. We must unite as one nation to condemn it. So Hal Kempfer, Austin Westfall here in the Live Now newsroom. Definitely a day for the American history books, no less. This is coming 2 days before the start of the Republican National Convention. To Austin Westfall's point, Hal, Donald Trump holds campaign-style rallies weekly. He just had one in Florida this week at his golf course. This has been a common theme and feature of the Trump movement since he came down the
Poised for duty. One Trump supporter alerted the Secret Service, but was ignored.
I'd like to know where that source came from.
Where's that information coming from, please?
Trump rallies. We have never seen anything like this at a Trump rally. Trump touts his crowd size at these rallies all the time, every chance that he can get. This one turning so deadly and injuring the former president, and he is safe. We're learning as well, of course, from the Secret Service and from senior law enforcement officials. The former president is safe, but the political dynamics, the campaign, the election has fundamentally changed going forward into the later summer here. So we're getting more and more reaction, and we're going to continue to do that here on Live Now with so many Republicans and Democrats alike. I think that's very important to note that from all political stripes, governors, senators, former presidents wishing the former president a speedy recovery, thanking law enforcement for their quick and decisive actions. And we wait for President Biden to address the nation on this, as well as he faces his own questions on his own campaign.
We are hearing from the president right now. Let's listen.
Let's take a listen.
Peacefully without any problem. But the idea that there's political violence or violence in America like this is just unheard of. It's just not appropriate. Everybody must condemn it. Everybody. I'll keep you informed, and if I'm able to speak to Donald, I'll let you know that as well. So far, it appears he's doing well, number one. Number two, that there's thoroughly investigating what happened to anyone else in the audience. We have some reports, but not final reports. And every agency in the federal government, I'm going back to my phone to speak with the federal agencies that are being put together again to give me an updated briefing. Has anything happened? They learned any more in the last couple hours. So thank you very much, and I hope I get to speak to them tonight, and I'll get back to you if I do, okay? I don't know enough to, I have an opinion, but I don't have any facts. So I want to make sure we have all the facts before I make any more comments. Thank you.
Are you worried, President? Was the security failing, Mr. President?
Well, there one is B12.
Those remarks. I want to play those back. Here's Biden speaking just moments ago from the top.
Thanks for coming, folks. I've been thoroughly briefed by all the agencies in the federal government as to the situation, based on what we know now. I have tried to get a hold of Donald. He's with his doctors. Apparently, he's doing well. I plan on talking to him shortly, I hope, when I get back to the telephone. Look, there's no place in America for this kind of violence. It's sick. It's sick. It's one of the reasons why we have to unite this country. We cannot allow for this to be happening. We cannot be like this. We cannot condone this. And so I want to thank the Secret Service and all the agencies, including the state agencies, that have engaged in making sure that people and we have more detail to come relative to other people maybe injured in the audience. I don't have all that detail. We'll make that available to you. I may be able to come back a little later tonight, but we'll put out a statement if we don't. If I'm not able to if it's not convenient for you all. But the bottom line is that the Trump rally was a rally that he should have been able to be conducted peacefully without any problem. But the idea that there's political violence or violence in America like this is just unheard of. It's just not appropriate. Everybody must condemn it. Everybody. I'll keep you informed.
Go ahead.
I find this very interesting. You know, when all the small people, the little people, were shot because of Antifa or because of Black Lives Matter, Joe didn't make a comment at all. But all of a sudden, they can get to the president. They can get to Donald Trump. They can get to me. Oh, this is terrible. How many people were murdered within the last or his administration?
Sure.
That were common people. Oh,
Sure.
that doesn't count, though. He's never made a speech on it. It doesn't count.
There was a police officer out here in Vegas got shot in the head during the Black Lives Matter day, you know?
He doesn't care. The only thing he cares now is his own wrinkle ass. And what's happened now? It's possible they could get to me. They could get to my family. They got to Donald Trump. We've got to pull together, folks.
Robert says that 5-to-1 odds that Donald Trump will use mafia terms like they tried to rub me out or they tried to whack me. You know,
5-to-1, huh?
5-to-1 odds. Okay. So,
James Guerrero agrees with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Golf does too. It's just my opinion, guys. This is what I see. Nobody cares when the small guy's getting it.
Yeah, it's true. Very true.
It's also so true, Austin, that you heard there from President Biden, who said that he tried to reach former President Trump and that hopefully the two will speak eventually. We know the former president is still at the hospital recovering. We're hearing he's in good spirits, but President Biden, his key political rival, did reach out as well. We're hearing from former presidents too, former President George W. Bush, Bill Clinton, and Barack Obama, all issuing statements as well. But there are so many questions about what happened there at the rally. We have Hal Kempfer on, who has extensive experience with counterterrorism, law enforcement. Hal, you yourself have worked in trainings with Secret Service officials. I want to read the statement in from the Secret Service spokesperson. His name is Anthony Guglielmi. They say this: an incident occurred the evening of July 13th at a Trump rally in Pennsylvania. The Secret Service has implemented protective measures and former president is safe. This is now an active Secret Service investigation and further information will be released when available. We also know the FBI and the ATF are cooperating and assisting with this law enforcement investigation. But we also know, according to sources, this is being described as an attempted assassination attempt. We just got that news in from Jackie Heinrich there that the suspect, the shooter in this, who is now dead, was taken out by members of a Secret Service task force there on the ground in Butler, PA here. Hal, what do you make of those developments? Because the Secret Service's role in all of this and their response, very quick, we watched it there on the stage. They huddled around the former president, tackled him, got him to safety.
Yes. We're going to hear more of this, and this is going to unfold as the evening goes on. Red and I just wanted to jump on here, though, and say hello to you guys and talk about this a little bit.
This is a historic event, a very historic event.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
What do we have? McKinley, Kennedy,
yeah,
and attempt on Reagan,
yeah,
attempt on Ford,
Lincoln,
and now an attempt on
Lincoln. Did you say Lincoln?
No, Lincoln was confirmed. I mean, that was over.
Right. Yep.
He was like McKinley. McKinley was shot to death. So was Lincoln.
Yeah.
Sad thing.
God. Well, Red, it was nice seeing you.
Yes, buddy. Good seeing you, and good seeing our guests here.
Yeah, it's nice to see you guys.
To see all you guys tuned in.
You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll see you soon. It's been fun, guys. And unfortunately, all things have to come to an end. So here we go. Mob vlog.